90 seconds. That's all it takes for a person to evaluate your product online, and up to 90% of the time is spent assessing color alone. Get ready to see color in new light in today's video about why color matters in e-commerce. In the next couple of minutes, we'll cover color theory, color psychology, and practical ways how to use color in your e-commerce business. E-commerce is a rapidly growing industry. We see more and more great online stores opening up, offering great products. The competition seems hard to beat, but if you look at the situation from another perspective, competition creates innovation that generates new ideas to win customers' attention within those 90 seconds. One of the ways to do that is to experiment with the right color combinations. Color in e-commerce is used to communicate what the product is about, draw attention, set a mood, influence emotions and perceptions. Color also has a significant impact on the way a brand is viewed by the public. With that in mind, you need to pay attention to your choice of colors not only in your designs, but your storefront and marketing materials as well. That's where color theory becomes useful. Essentially, it's the science and art of colors that looks at how we perceive, mix, and apply them. The theory has undergone some major changes. It originated back in ancient Greece, where it was proposed by a Greek philosopher Aristotle. He believed that all colors originate from white and black and assigned them to the four elements of nature. Later in the 17th century, the theory was perfected by Sir Isaac Newton. By conducting a series of experiments with light passing through a prism, he was able to identify 7 colors, which he compared to the 7 notes of the musical scale. This led to the creation of the color wheel that allowed people to see and understand relationships between colors. The traditional color wheel has 12 colors. There are 3 primary colors, red, yellow, and blue, and these can be used to create secondary colors, orange, green, and violet. By mixing primary and secondary colors, we get tertiary colors. By doing some more mixing, we end up with different tints, shades, and tones. The number of possible variations exceeds millions, and that's where color harmony techniques come in to maintain order. They juxtapose colors in a way that's attractive to the eye. There are many ways to combine colors, but some techniques are used more often than others, like monochromatic, variations of a single color; analogous, hues that are right next to each other on the color wheel; complementary, opposites on the color wheel, like blue and orange; split complementary, any color on the color wheel, plus 2 that flank its complementary colors; triadic, any 3 colors that are evenly spaced on the wheel. When choosing a color palette for your design, it's important to know what feelings certain colors create. Let's take a Pantone color of the year 2019, Living Coral, as an example. You probably have seen variations of this color used in many products in retail and other industries. Pantone is the global authority that creates and sets standards for colors worldwide. They've been influencing product development and purchasing decisions in many industries for the past 20 years. Each year, Pantone releases a new color that throughout extensive research has been identified as dominating in global culture with its unique mood and attitude. Living Coral is described as a vibrant and hopeful, nurturing color present both in our environment and social media that welcomes and encourages lighthearted activity.
It's a good starting off point, to think about what colors are popular. But it should always come second to what your brand is about and what your main aesthetic is. And it should always be in service to that, the kind of design choices you make. One of the big reasons these kinds of colors like coral and other types of pastel colors are pretty prevalent right now is because it goes in tandem with the 80s and 90s, vintage kind of designs and aesthetic that's also popular. Right? It's a smaller part of the bigger theme. And it's if your brand fits in with that, then it will fit in with that to varying degrees.
With that in mind, let's take a look at some other colors and their use in product design. Red, confidence, power, energy, passion. Places where it is used in a design bring immediate attention. For this reason, red is often used as an accent color. It's perfect to draw customers' attention to a particular product or a banner announcing a limited sale. However, it can also be used as a main color like we see on this product. In this case, it is important to be aware that the design will be very intense. Yellow. This color generally is associated with positivity, warmth, joy, and happiness. In design, saturated yellow color is very effective for attracting attention, just like red, whereas the light yellows give a more calm feeling of happiness. Dark yellows and gold yellows look antique and can be used in designs to transfer the sense of permanence. Blue, trustworthiness, loyalty, confidence, calmness. You'll encounter this color being widely favored by the companies in their branding, just for those associations alone. In design, the variety of shades and hue of this color can deliver different meaning. Light blues often cause relaxed and calming feelings, whereas bright blues can be energizing and refreshing. Dark blues, like navy, are suitable for designs where strength and readability are important. It is useful to remember that blue can also be associated with distance and sadness. That covers our primary colors. Now let's take a look at some other examples that come across often in print-on-demand designs. Green is the color of nature and is connected to the environment. It can easily grab attention. It has a balancing and harmonizing effect, and for this reason, it is very appropriate for designs related to wealth, renewal, and nature. Saturated greens are more energizing and vibrant, while lighter greens mostly give off calmness and peacefulness. Purple. Historically, purple is linked to royalty and it retains a feeling of luxury even today. It mixes the energy of red and blue and combines the best of both of these colors. Dark tones can be uplifting and trigger creativity, while lighter purples cause more calm and romantic feelings. Black has various meanings. It can be associated with tragedy, however it can also be modern, serious, and sophisticated. The feeling depends on the design and with which colors black goes with. As black is monochrome, it matches well with any other color, so it's great for the background or to accent specific parts of the design. In design, white accents other colors around it, making it a popular choice for a secondary color. However, it can also be used to grab attention for objects on colorful backgrounds. Just like black, it can work well with any other color. White is also a really popular color for t-shirts. Classic white tee is the most versatile piece of clothing that's easy to use in different outfits. Plus, a white t-shirt with a colorful print will focus customers' attention on the design, not the shirt itself. Now, whenever you're working on your next project that involves color, always do market research. Not only you'll find inspiration, but it will also provide important data about your target audience. For example, colors may have different effects on people depending on age, gender, or culture. Generally, children tend to choose saturated colors, whereas adults like colors that are more plain. You need to consider if there are any exceptions to color symbolism in countries that you are targeting. Take color white, for example. In Western countries, it associates with peace and elegance, while in China and some other Asian countries, it symbolizes with death and bad luck. All of the samples you've seen just now were made by our graphic design team. Check out their page on Instagram for more inspiring work. Speaking of Instagram, most likely this is the place you're using to promote your clothing line. Instagram feed is the first thing a visitor sees when they land on a new profile, so it's important to make a good impression. Instagram has become a powerhouse for brand marketing. You want to stand out to get noticed, and now that you've refreshed your knowledge about the meaning and mood behind some of the colors, you can start experimenting. But remember that while you strive for uniqueness, you should also maintain consistency on your Instagram page. Apart from having a neat grid, the filters or LUTs that you apply to your pictures and post should have a consistent color composition and convey the same aesthetic as your brand colors. Let's take our Instagram page for example. We use similar and compatible colors, and in our compositions the subjects stand out from the plain background due to colorful accents. This aesthetic goes beyond the Instagram page and straight to our homepage. You want to make sure that your brand is represented equally on all platforms. So for example, when your customer, impressed by the visuals from your Instagram page, enters your store's landing page, they should be greeted with the same color aesthetic. And with that, we're moving on to the next part of the video: how to use color for best user experience. Stick to your branding. If you're working with an established brand, most probably you have a brand color palette. You can't go too creative with the brand colors because you'll deviate from brand guidelines. It's recognition. Try to use brand colors for user interface elements that makes the structure of your design, like headers, footers, menus. As you can see in the following example, we use our brand colors for the UI elements and graphics. Limit your color palette. UI color scheme contains the following groups of colors: primary and secondary, accent colors, neutrals, and semantic colors. Applying color to design has a lot to do with balance. Generally, the more colors you see, the harder it is to achieve a balance. That's why it's recommended to use a limited number of colors in a scheme. Ideally, 1 to 3 primaries that represent your brand and a sufficient number of accent colors. Build visual hierarchy. Visual hierarchy organizes UI components so that the brain can distinguish the objects on the basis of their physical differences, such as size, color, contrast, and style. Color serves as an effective tool for the impact. There are bold colors such as red, orange, and black, which can easily draw attention. On the other hand, there are soft colors like white and cream, which work better as a background. Use interactive colors. Interactive colors are those that we use for interactive elements like buttons, links, and other UI controls that users can click or touch. Lighter and darker color shades can help you convey different states for your UI elements. Color can be a helpful wayfinding tool for your users. It's a good idea to use the same color for links and buttons. By doing that, you help your users to recognize interactive elements. Test your work. The best way to create an environment with easy navigation is to user test it. You need to know what their goals are in order to motivate them to use your product. Start by doing user research. Analyze your target audience and research the competition. This data will determine what kind of content drives your product so that you can design accordingly. Test out your UI color assumptions with real users to observe what they need and want from your UI. Some of the most popular e-commerce platforms offer pre-made store themes. I recommend investing your time to customize them. Even the slightest change will already bring individuality to your store and, more importantly, match your brand aesthetic. If you find yourself struggling with finding the right color combination and navigating through the wheel doesn't bring you any results, you can always check out online color palette generators like Coolers. The web app is free and you can create palettes based on your favorite colors. The website includes a quick tutorial that will get you started in seconds. You can also upload your photos and the app will create a palette based on the colors in the image. I hope this video helps you on your journey to build and improve your e-commerce business. If you like this video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to our channel. Now, the content we create exists solely for you to achieve new heights. Thanks for watching, and until next time.